Okay, so let's try to finish this building off down here, and then we can move on to texturing. So I'm going to go ahead and select that face, go to Edit Mesh, and then I will add divisions. Let's add, I don't know, maybe 6 divisions. We can always add more later. And let's try to get these 2 windows to be perfect since they're on the ground level. What I'll do is select this polygon, and we'll Control E, and we'll change our offset to be about that size. And we're going to want to scale it, so I'll go to my scale tool, and we'll scale it down like that. Now they're perfectly sized together. We could move them up just a little bit so they're higher off the ground. Okay, perfect. And then I will extrude again. We'll change the offset ever so much. Control E and take them back into the building. Once again, I have that same problem where I have a polygon overlapping. So I will go and try to select that whole thing. Looks like right here. Hit delete, and there we go. Perfect. Hopefully you won't run into that same problem, but if you do, I can help you fix it. Alright, so now we just need this doorway here. I'm going to move this edge over here just a little bit. And we'll put our door in here, so I'll select this face. And I will extrude it, Control E. I will change the scale here a little bit. Maybe scale it down, and then move it downward. Let's see if I can't get that just real close to the bottom. Okay. And now we're going to need to add subdivisions up here at the top. So I'm going to select this edge here. We're going to go Mesh, Edit Mesh, Add Divisions. And it looks like we only have 2 divisions there, so I'll select them again, Edit Mesh, Add Divisions. Now we have 4. I'll select them all again, Edit Mesh, Add Divisions. And now we can't see them, so I could go into vertex mode here, and then you'd see them quite easily. So now I can drag these vertices down. We get this artifacting error, but it'll go away here in just a sec. Not really sure what's causing it, but it could be an overlapping polygon. So I'm just holding Shift, making that oval here. For whatever reason, when I go inside here and then come back out, get out of that mode, it seems to disappear anyway, and we're left with what appeared to be good polygons. So I'm going to select this face right here. I'm going to extrude it in, Control E, move that inward. Okay, and that can be our door. So it looks like they have some detail up here. Let's try to add that in real quick. A couple ways we can do it. We can select this. We probably should fix these lines with the multi-cut tool. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll go to vertex mode. Remember when I said that it's very important to keep polygons 4-sided, keep quads going, and then you'll have a lot more stability in your modeling? Well, once again, we broke that with this, so let's go ahead and fix it. I'm going to show you a bit of a different way to fix it real quick. So we have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points here. We need to match them to 8 points up here on this line, and I only have 2 points. I could draw them out to these, but what I want to do is I would just want to select this edge up here, and I want to Edit Mesh, Add Divisions, and make sure it's set to 8, hit Add, and now we have those 8 points up there, and we can see this if we go to vertex mode. So now I want to get the multi-cut tool, so Mesh Tools, Multi-Cut, and I want to select that one, right click, and go through and just fix them real quick. That way everything is going to be a lot more stable and predictable in our final result. Do not mess around too much with modeling. Try to keep it standard. Try to keep to 4-sided polygons or quads. And if you can't help it, you can also use polygons of 3 sides, and that's acceptable. But I highly recommend you keep them at quads. Okay, so there we go. We have that finished. We can add some more detail up top here. What I'm going to do though is I'm just going to get my selection tool, go up here to this little ledge we created earlier. Go to object mode, select this edge, Control D, drag it straight down, and we'll use that by scaling it up, making it kind of that top point here. So we'll scale it up real big, Make sure it's centered in there. Maybe scale it a little bit more. Move it over. And then why don't we go ahead and bevel this sucker. So mesh tool, edit mesh, bevel. Then we have kind of a more interesting piece of geometry up there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select it and scale it a little bit more. Like that. Okay, cool. Awesome. I like that. I like where this is going. We're getting somewhere. What I'm going to try to do is add an edge here and extrude kind of around the opening. So why don't we try doing that? Let's go to Mesh Tools, insert Edge Loop, and let's see if we can put an edge loop up there, like that. Put an edge loop in here, like that. Okay. It doesn't look perfect, but we can move these points around and make it kind of more uniform. So let's go to our Vertice tool here. And let's select these points and kind of move them around to where we think they might go to make this thing round. We might not get this perfect, but I'm just experimenting here. Trying to just eyeball it. Okay, we'll leave it at that. So now I'm going to select these faces here. Double click, get all those. Control E, and I will change their thickness a little bit. Move that out. Let's see, maybe like that. Just a little bit. Just add a little bit of extra detail. Remember, we're down on the ground here, so the more detail we can add, the more realism we'll create. And I think that's it. We could definitely spend more time on this if we wanted to, and that would be okay. I'd be impressed, and I'd love to see what you guys come up with. But I think now we can move on to texturing. So let's go ahead, and I'll see you in the next video.